The Strayed Reveller by Matthew Arnold. Read for LibriVox.org by
Banco, Shrimpfish,
and Alan Mapstone. The Portico of Circe's Palace. Evening. A youth, Circe.
Faster, faster, O Circe, goddess, let the wild thronging train, the bright procession of eddying forms, sweep through my soul. Thou standest, smiling, down on me. Thy right arm, leaned up against the column there, props thy soft cheek. Thy left holds, hanging loosely, the deep cup, ivy cinctured, I held but now. Is it then evening? So soon? I see the night dews, clustered in thick beads, dim the agate brooch stones on thy white shoulder. The cool night wind, too, blows through the portico, stirs thy hair, goddess, waves thy white robe.
Whence art thou, sleeper?
When the white dawn first, through the rough fir planks of my hut, by the chestnuts, up at the valley head, came breaking, goddess! I sprang up, I threw round me my dappled fawn skin, passing out, from the wet turf, where they lay, by the hut door. I snatched up my vine crown, my fir staff, all drenched in dew, came swift down to join the rout early gathered in the town, round the temple, Iacchus's white fane, on yonder hill. Quick I passed, following the woodcutter's cart track, down the dark valley. I saw, on my left, through the beeches, thy palace, goddess, smokeless, empty. Trembling I entered, beheld the court all silent, the lions sleeping, on the altar this bowl. I drank, goddess, and sank down here, sleeping, on the steps of thy portico.
Foolish boy, why tremblest thou? Thou lovest it then, my wine? Wouldst more of it? See how glows through the delicate flushed marble the red creaming liquor, strewn with dark seeds. Drink then, I chide thee not, deny thee not my bowl. Come, stretch forth thy hand then. So, drink, drink again.
Thanks, gracious one. Ah, the sweet fumes again, more soft, ah me, more subtle winding than Pan's flute music. Faint, faint, ah me, again the sweet sleep.
Hist! Thou within there! Come forth, Ulysses. Art tired with hunting? While we range the woodland, see what the day brings.
Ever new magic. Hast thou then lured hither, wonderful goddess, by thy art, the young languid-eyed Ampelus, Iacchus darling, or some youth beloved of Pan and the nymphs, that he sits bending downward his white delicate neck to the ivy-wreathed marge of thy cup? The bright glancing vine leaves that crown his hair, falling forward, mingling with the dark ivy plants, his fawn skin half untied, smeared with red wine stains? Who is he that he sits, overweighed by fumes of wine and sleep, so late in thy portico? What youth, goddess? What guest of gods or mortals?
Hist! He wakes. I lured him not hither, Ulysses. Nay, ask him.
Who speaks? Ah, who comes forth to thy side, goddess, from within? How shall I name him? This spare, dark-featured, quick-eyed stranger. Ah, and I see too his sailor's bonnet, his short coat, travel-tarnished, with one arm bare. Art thou not he, whom fame, this long time rumours, the favoured guest of Circe, brought by the waves? Art thou he, stranger, the wise Ulysses, Laertes' son?
I am Ulysses, and thou too, sleeper? Thy voice is sweet. It may be thou hast followed through these islands some divine bard, by age taught many things, age and the muses, and heard him delighting the chiefs and people in the banquet and learned his songs of gods and heroes, of war and arts, and peopled cities inland or built by the grey sea? If so, then hail! I honour and welcome thee.
The gods are happy, they turn on all sides their shining eyes, and see below them the earth and men. They see Tiresias sitting, staff in hand, on the warm, grassy Aesopus bank, his robe drawn over his old, sightless head, revolving inly the doom of Thebes. They see the centaurs in the upper glens of Pelion, in the streams where red-berried ashes fringe the clear brown shallow pools with streaming flanks, and heads reared proudly, snuffing the mountain wind. They see the Indian, drifting, knife in hand, his frail boat moored to a floating isle thick matted with large-leaved, low-creeping melon plants, and the dark cucumber he reaps and stows them, drifting, drifting, round him, round his green harvest plot, flow the cool lake waves, the mountains ring them. They see the Scythian on the wide steppe, unharnessing his wheeled house at noon. He tethers his beast down and makes his meal, mare's milk and bread baked on the embers. All around, the boundless waving grass plains stretch thick-starred with saffron and the yellow hollyhock and flag-leaved iris flowers. Sitting in his cart, he makes his meal before him for long miles. Alive with bright green lizards and the springing bustard fowl, the track, a straight black line, furrows the rich soil. Here and there, clusters of lonely mounds, topped with rough-hewn, grey, rain-bleared statues overpeer the sunny waste. They see the ferry on the broad, clay-laden, lone, Chorasmian stream, Therion, with snort and strain, 2 horses, strongly swimming, tow the ferry-boat, with woven ropes to either bow, firm harnessed by the mane, a chief, with shout and shaken spear, stands at the prow, and guides them. But astern, the cowering merchants in long robes sit pale beside their wealth of silk bales and of balsam drops, of gold and ivory, of turquoise earth and amethyst, jasper and chalcedony, and milk-barred onyx stones. The loaded boat swings groaning in the yellow eddies. The gods behold them. They see the heroes sitting in the dark ship on the foamless, long-heaving, violet sea, at sunset nearing the happy islands. These things, Ulysses, the wise bards also behold and sing. But oh, what labour! O prince, what pain! They too can see Tiresias, but the gods, who give them vision, added this law, that they should bear too his groping blindness, his dark foreboding, his scorned white hairs, bear Hera's anger, through a life lengthened to 7 ages. They see the centaurs on Pelion, then they feel, they too, the maddening wine, swell their large veins to bursting in wild pain. They feel the biting spears of the grim Lapithae and Theseus drive crashing through their bones. They feel, high on a jutting rock in the red stream, Alcmena's dreadful son ply his bow. Such a price the gods exact for song, to become what we sing. They see the Indian on his mountain lake, but squalls make their skiff reel, and worms in the unkind spring have gnawn their melon harvest to the heart. They see the Scythian, but long frosts parch them in wintertime on the bare steppe, till they too fade like grass. They crawl like shadows forth in spring. They see the merchants on the Oxus stream, but care must visit first them too, and make them pale. Whether, through whirling sand, a cloud of desert robber horse have burst upon their caravan, or greedy kings, in the walled cities the way passes through, crush them with tolls, or fever airs on some great river's marge, mown them down, far from home. They see the heroes near harbour, but they share their lives, and form a violent toil in Thebes, 7-gated Thebes, or Troy, or where the echoing oars of Argo first startled the unknown sea. The old Silenus came, lolling in the sunshine, from the dewy forest coverts, this way at noon, sitting by me, while his fawns, down at the waterside, sprinkled and smoothed his drooping garland. he told me these things. But I, Ulysses, sitting on the warm steps, looking over the valley all day long, have seen, without pain, without labour, sometimes a wild-haired Maenad, sometimes a fawn with torches, and sometimes, for a moment, passing through the dark stems, flowing-robed, the beloved, the desired, the divine, beloved Iacchus. Ah, cool night wind, tremulous stars! Ah, glimmering water, fitful earth murmur, dreaming woods! Ah, golden-haired, strangely smiling goddess! And thou, proved much enduring, wave-tossed wanderer, who can stand still? Ye fade, ye swim, ye waver before me, the cup again! Faster, faster, O Circe, goddess, let the wild, thronging train, the bright procession of eddying forms, sweep through my soul.
End of poem. This recording is in the public domain.